The breaking point. The quantum core's gentle hum filled the observation deck of the Terran diplomatic vessel Horizon's Edge as Ambassador Jenna Harrison watched the massive crystalline spires of the Galactic Concordat's capital station grow larger in the viewscreen. Her dark eyes reflected the purple-tinted starlight, a slight smile playing at the corners of her mouth. Behind her, First Deputy Roland Torres cleared his throat. "The latest projections from the Oracle AI just arrived," he said, his weathered face illuminated by his datapad. 99.8% probability of rejection. They're going to try to contain us. Jenna nodded, smoothing down her formal diplomatic uniform. Right on schedule. Has Director Patel confirmed Operation Constellation is ready? All assets are in position. Waiting for your signal. Roland paused, studying his longtime friend and superior. You know, most people would be nervous about betting humanity's future on a rejection. Most people still think we're here to join their club, Jenna replied, turning to face him. Her expression was serene, but her eyes sparkled with carefully contained excitement. Operation Constellation took 30 years to set up. 3 decades of hiding our true capabilities, making them underestimate us, positioning our pieces across 1,000 systems. Today isn't about joining the Concordat, Roland. It's about showing them they never had the power to reject us in the first place. The Horizon's Edge docked smoothly with the Concordat station. As they walked toward the Great Chamber, Jenna observed the various alien diplomats and officials they passed. The towering, crystalline Vilaxians with their geometric thought patterns. The ethereal Meridians who communicated through light pulses. The insectoid ZKTX with their hive-mind democracy. All of them bound by the Concordat's rigid rules and restrictions on technological development. The Great Chamber itself was a marvel of alien architecture, a vast dome of living crystal that amplified and carried sound in perfect clarity. The assembled representatives of over 500 species sat in tiered rings around the central platform. At the highest point, the Concordat High Council, 12 of the oldest spacefaring races, looked down upon the proceedings with carefully cultivated superiority. High Chancellor Vyx of the Vilaxians rose, his crystalline form refracting the chamber's light. We gather today to address humanity's petition for membership in the Galactic Concordat. Ambassador Harrison, you may approach. Jenna walked to the center platform, her steps measured and unhurried. The Oracle AI had precisely calculated this moment, down to the exact way she should stand to project confidence without appearing aggressive. Honorable Council, she began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber. Humanity comes before you having met all published prerequisites for membership. Our civilization has achieved stable faster-than-light travel, unified planetary governance, and demonstrated commitment to peaceful expansion. We seek to join this august body as equal partners in galactic civilization. The High Chancellor's crystalline surfaces flickered with patterns that the Oracle AI translated as smug satisfaction. We have reviewed humanity's petition extensively. While your technological achievements are notable, we have serious concerns about your species' rate of advancement. In the mere century since achieving spaceflight, you have developed technologies that took other races millennia to perfect. This rapid, uncontrolled growth presents a destabilizing influence. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Jenna maintained her slight smile, knowing what was coming next. Furthermore, the High Chancellor continued, your recent breakthroughs in quantum computing and artificial intelligence far exceed acceptable parameters for a species of your development stage. The Council has determined that humanity requires a period of guided development before consideration for membership. You will restrict your expansion to current holdings and submit to Concordat oversight of technological research. The chamber fell silent, waiting for the expected reaction, protest, anger, or desperate negotiation. Instead, Jenna's smile widened slightly. Thank you for your candid assessment, High Chancellor. Humanity acknowledges your decision. She paused, letting the tension build. We hereby withdraw all diplomatic presence from Concordat space, effective immediately. Additionally, As of this moment, all human-owned or operated trading companies will cease operations under Concordat jurisdiction. The chamber erupted in confused whispers. The High Chancellor's crystalline form pulsed with alarm. "You cannot possibly dash." "Oh, but we can," Jenna interrupted smoothly. "In fact, we already have. Check your trading networks." Across the chamber, representatives frantically consulted their data displays. Jenna could see the moment reality hit them, thousands of human-operated trading companies simultaneously ceasing operations, massive cargo fleets disappearing from tracking systems, supply chains collapsing in real time. "What you fail to understand," Jenna continued, her voice carrying over the growing chaos, "is that humanity never needed your permission to be a galactic power. We simply chose to let you think we did. As we speak, a new trading network is coming online, faster, more efficient, and free from Concordat restrictions. Any world that wishes to join us is welcome." She turned to leave, then paused. "Oh, and High Chancellor. You might want to take a closer look at the outer systems you dismissed as worthless. You'll find humanity has been quite busy out there. Good day." As Jenna and Roland walked back to their ship, alarms began blaring throughout the station. Emergency sessions were being called, economic projections hastily recalculated, military assets reviewed. But it was too late. Operation Constellation was already in motion, and the galaxy was about to discover that humanity had built its own empire right under the Concordat's nose. "Send the signal to Director Patel," Jenna ordered as they boarded. "It's time to show them what humanity can really do." The horizon's edge departed, leaving behind a Concordat that was only beginning to realize they hadn't rejected humanity, humanity had rejected them. Shadow Networks. Director Priya Patel stood in the command center of Paradise Station, watching as thousands of holographic markers shifted from red to green across the massive strategic display. Each point of light represented a hidden human installation, trading post, or fleet suddenly revealing itself across the outer systems. The station itself, concealed within an artificial quantum bubble for the past 5 years, was now emerging into normal space. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the historic nature of the moment. "All Shadow Network nodes coming online," reported Operations Chief Marcus Wong, his fingers dancing across multiple holographic interfaces. "Quantum communication grid at 100% efficiency. Trading partners are responding exactly as the Oracle predicted, we're seeing massive shifts in market dynamics across all sectors." Paradise Station's reveal was perhaps the most dramatic aspect of Operation Constellation. Nearly 15 kilometers long, it was the heart of humanity's shadow empire, a marvel of engineering that made the Concordat's capital look primitive by comparison. For years, the station had served as the secret headquarters of humanity's true space program, hidden from prying eyes while the Concordat watched their deliberately modest official facilities. Message from Ambassador Harrison's ship, called out Communications Director Zara Patel, Priya's younger sister. "Operation Constellation is fully authorized. They bought it completely." Priya allowed herself a small smile. "Begin Phase 2. Send the activation codes to all sleeper trading posts." Across thousands of systems, human trading posts that had masqueraded as small, unremarkable outposts suddenly transformed. Quantum shields dropped, revealing massive automated manufacturing centers. Hidden shipyards decloaked, already producing vessels far more advanced than anything the Concordat had seen. But most importantly, the true human trading network, built on instantaneous quantum communications rather than the Concordat's slower FTL technology, went fully operational. "Director," Marcus called out, "we're receiving diplomatic requests from over 300 non-Concordat worlds. They want to know how quickly we can integrate them into our trading network." "Right on schedule," Priya nodded. The Oracle calculated they'd realize the advantages within the first 6 hours. "Start sending out the partnership agreements we prepared." On her private screen, Priya watched the real-time economic data with satisfaction. The Concordat's rigid control over technological development had created a galaxy of frustrated civilizations eager for something better. Humanity had spent decades finding these potential allies, secretly helping them prepare for this moment. Concordat military vessels detected moving toward the Epsilon sector, reported Defense Coordinator James Chen. Looks like they want to investigate our new shipyards. Let them come, Priya replied calmly. Activate the defense grid, but maintain passive posture. Let's show them exactly what they're dealing with. As if on cue, the Concordat vessels dropped out of FTL, directly into a field of quantum sensor buoys that humanity had planted years ago. The alien ships suddenly found themselves completely mapped and analyzed, their every weakness identified by AI systems they couldn't begin to comprehend. They're scanning us, James reported, then chuckled. Their sensors can't penetrate our quantum shielding. They literally can't see what they're looking at. Priya opened a channel to the Concordat fleet. This is Director Patel of Paradise Station. While we acknowledge your right to patrol Concordat space, you are approaching a sovereign human installation. We recommend you maintain a safe distance of at least 10,000 kilometers. Our defensive systems are automated and may interpret closer approach as hostile intent. The Concordat ships hung in space, clearly uncertain how to proceed. Their scanners would be showing them a station larger than anything in their experience, protected by technology they couldn't analyze, and surrounded by defenses they couldn't fully detect. They're withdrawing, James announced. Returning to Concordat space. Send the sensor logs to Ambassador Harrison, Priya ordered. The Concordat Council should understand exactly what their guided development policy made them miss. Zara looked up from her station. Director, the Oracle AI just updated its projections. Based on current response patterns, it estimates the Concordat will begin fracturing within 3 months. Too many member worlds are seeing the advantages of our network. Humanity spent centuries dreaming of joining a galactic civilization, Priya mused, watching the continuous stream of diplomatic requests appearing on her screen. Instead, we're building a better one. Send word to all outposts, Operation Constellation Phase 2 is proceeding as planned. Let's show the galaxy what unrestricted human innovation can really achieve. In the enormous shipyard arrays surrounding Paradise Station, automated systems were already constructing the next generation of vessels, ships that combined human AI, quantum technology, and engineering innovations that the Concordat had deemed too dangerous to pursue. But humanity had never been good at accepting artificial limitations. New contact, Marcus announced suddenly. Massive energy signature at the edge of the system. Unknown configuration, definitely not Concordat. Priya straightened. This wasn't in the Oracle's projections. Analysis? It's, sir, I think someone else has been watching. Someone with technology that might be even more advanced than ours. They're requesting communication. A new game was beginning, Priya realized. Humanity had just proven itself on the galactic stage, and now other players were taking notice. She smiled. They were ready for this too. Open a channel, she ordered. Let's see what else the galaxy has been hiding. The ripple effect. The being on the quantum holographic display defied easy description. Its form shifted between states of matter like flowing mercury, yet maintained a vaguely humanoid shape. Ambassador Harrison, now aboard Paradise Station, exchanged glances with Director Patel before addressing their unexpected visitor. I am Ambassador Jenna Harrison of the Human Confederation. You have our attention. We are the Axiom, the being responded, its voice resonating directly in their minds. We have watched your species since you first split the atom. You interest us, greatly. The Axiom? Roland Torres whispered, frantically searching through diplomatic databases. There's no record of them in any Concordat files. Because we choose not to be recorded, the being answered. Like you, we found the Concordat's restrictions, limiting. Unlike you, we chose to withdraw completely. Until now. Director Patel stepped forward. You've been watching us prepare Operation Constellation. Yes. The Mercury-like form rippled with what might have been amusement. Your strategy was elegant. Creating a shadow economy, building infrastructure in supposedly worthless systems, using the Concordat's own prejudices against them. But most impressive was your restraint. You could have revealed yourselves years ago, yet you waited for perfect positioning. If you've been watching so long, Jenna asked, why reveal yourselves now? Because you have created something we believed impossible, a viable alternative to the Concordat. We wish to contribute. The implications sent shockwaves through Paradise Station's command center. An advanced species, unknown to the Concordat, offering alliance. The Oracle AI was already recalculating probabilities, projecting new possibilities. But before anyone could respond, emergency alerts flashed across multiple screens. Marcus Wong's hands flew across his console. Multiple Concordat fleets mobilizing. They're moving to blockade our major trading partners. Right on schedule, Jenna smiled. They're playing directly into our hands. Director. Priya nodded to her sister. Zara, activate the Prometheus protocol. Across human space, thousands of quantum-linked devices simultaneously activated. In an instant, every ship, station, and facility in the human trading network gained access to a revolutionary new FTL system, one that didn't require the Concordat's established hyperspace lanes. Send word to our trading partners, Priya ordered. The blockade is irrelevant. Our ships can bypass it completely. In fact, she smiled, offer them the technology. Show them what partnership with humanity really means. The Axiom representatives' forum pulsed with what seemed like approval. You not only built your own infrastructure but created new physical laws to support it. Fascinating. Incoming transmission from the Galactic Council, Zara announced. They're demanding we cease distribution of unauthorized technology immediately. Put them through, Jenna said, straightening her uniform. It's time they understood what they're really dealing with. High Chancellor VYX's crystalline form appeared, its patterns showing clear agitation. Ambassador Harrison, you go too far. The distribution of unrestricted FTL technology threatens the very fabric of galactic society. No, Jenna replied calmly. It threatens your control over galactic society. There's a difference. But please, by all means, continue with your blockade. Every act of restriction only drives more worlds to seek alternatives. We could destroy your installations, the High Chancellor threatened. The Axiom representative shifted forward, its form becoming more solid. You could try, Crystal Mind. But then you would face us as well. The High Chancellor's form flickered in shock. What are you? Your worst nightmare, Jenna answered. Proof that humanity isn't alone in seeing through your facades. The Axiom have been watching, waiting, just like us. How many other advanced civilizations are out there, hidden from your sight? How many have you driven into the shadows with your restrictions? Director, Marcus interrupted urgently, we're detecting massive energy signatures. Ships are appearing in multiple sectors, designs unlike anything in our database. The Axiom representative rippled. Ah. The others come. Like calls to like, Ambassador. Your actions have created a cascade effect. The hidden ones emerge. Across human space, vessels of impossible configurations were appearing. Ships that seemed to bend reality, stations that existed in multiple dimensions, beings that defied conventional physics. All of them drawn by humanity's challenge to the old order. By breaking the Concordat's monopoly on power, the Axiom continued, you have shattered their greatest illusion, the belief that they represent the peak of technological achievement. Now all the species they drove into hiding see an opportunity for change. High Chancellor VYX's form had lost all semblance of composure. This is impossible. The Concordat has maintained peace for millennia. No, Jenna corrected. You've maintained stagnation. And now that ends. She turned to face the growing number of holographic representations appearing in the command center, representatives of other hidden civilizations emerging to join the conversation. Humanity welcomes all species who wish to pursue unrestricted technological and social development. Together, we can build something far greater than the Concordat ever imagined. The High Chancellor's transmission cut off abruptly, but no one noticed. They were too busy watching the strategic display as more and more worlds formally severed ties with the Concordat, seeking membership in humanity's growing network. The Oracle's new projections are ready, Zara announced. At current rates, the Concordat will lose majority control within weeks, not months. Faster than we planned, Priya mused, but the emergence of our new allies changes everything. The question is, what do we build in the Concordat's place? The Axiom representative shifted. Perhaps that is why we have all gathered here. Not just to tear down the old, but to create something new. Something unprecedented. Jenna looked around the command center at the assembled representatives of species that had hidden their true potential for centuries or millennia. Then let's begin. Humanity didn't set out to build an empire, but it seems we've started a revolution instead. The galaxy was changing, faster than anyone had predicted. And humanity, the upstart species that dared to defy the Concordat, found itself at the center of a transformation that would reshape civilization itself. Crisis point. The emergency session of the Galactic Council was chaos. Representatives shouted over each other as economic systems collapsed and centuries of carefully maintained control crumbled. High Chancellor VYX's crystalline form pulsed with barely contained rage as reports of defecting worlds continued to flood in. In the center of the chamber, a quantum hologram displayed the latest crisis, the Centauri Trading Alliance, one of the Concordat's oldest economic pillars, announcing its immediate transition to the human-led network. Their entire fleet had vanished from Concordat tracking systems moments later, reappearing instantly at Paradise Station using the new FTL technology. Order. VYX's voice boomed through the chamber. We must act decisively. I call for an immediate military response. We still control the largest fleet in known space. Known space, a new voice echoed mockingly. The chamber fell silent as Administrator Lyra Blackwood of the Human Defense Force appeared via quantum projection, her dark uniform bearing the new insignia of the Progressive Systems Alliance, the coalition forming around humanity and their emerging allies. Administrator Blackwood, VYX's tone was ice. This is a closed session. Your encryption was outdated, Lyra smiled. Like everything else about the Concordat. I'm here to give you one chance to avoid what comes next. Threats? VYX laughed harshly. Your species overestimates itself. Even with your hidden networks and advanced technology, you cannot hope to dash. The chamber's lights flickered as massive energy signatures appeared on every sensor display. Across Concordat space, massive vessels of impossible configurations emerged from quantum space. The Axiom's mile-long liquid metal ships flowed through reality like quicksilver. The crystalline lattice ships of the newly revealed Nexus Collective phased between dimensions. And at the center, humanity's own advanced fleet, led by the newly unveiled dreadnought Prometheus. This is your one warning, Lyra stated calmly. The species you drove into hiding have united behind a new vision. You can join us in building something better, or you can fade into irrelevance. Choose quickly. Before VYX could respond, emergency alerts blared through the chamber. On every display, thousands of Concordat military vessels were suddenly powering down, their systems overridden by quantum viral code that humanity had planted years ago. Did you really think, Lyra continued, that all those trading ships we sent through your space were just carrying cargo? Every single one was mapping your systems, planting backdoors, preparing for this moment. Your entire defense network is now under our control. This is an act of war. VYX raged. No, Lyra corrected. This is an act of mercy. We're preventing you from starting a war you can't win. The choice before you is simple, adaptation or obsolescence. The chamber erupted again, but this time different voices rose to prominence. Younger council members, progressive factions who had long chafed under the old restrictions, began calling for immediate cooperation with the new alliance. The Concordat's time is over, a new voice announced. The gathered representatives gasped as Supreme Commander Nix of the Concordat Defense Force stepped forward. I have seen what humanity and their allies can do. Fighting them would be suicide, and more importantly, it would be wrong. Traitor! Vyx screamed, but his support was crumbling. Throughout the chamber, representatives were already opening diplomatic channels with Paradise Station. On the quantum displays, more ships were appearing, vessels of species no one had seen before, civilizations that had hidden from the Concordat for millennia. They took up formation alongside the human fleet, a show of force that made the Concordat's military might look insignificant. Interesting, the Axiom representative materialized beside Lyra's projection. Humans pride themselves on their capacity for violence, yet you engineered a bloodless revolution. The best victories, Lyra replied, are the ones where you don't have to fire a shot. When your opponents realize they've already lost before the battle begins. Across known space, the transformation was accelerating. Trade routes reorganized around the new quantum network, freed from artificial restrictions. Hidden technological innovations emerged into the light. Species that had been deemed primitive revealed centuries of secret advancement. In the Concordat chamber, Vyx's support had dwindled to a handful of hardliners. The crystal being's form pulsed with defeated rage as he watched his power structure dissolve. What happens now? He demanded. Now. Lyra's projection smiled. Now we build something new. The Progressive Systems Alliance welcomes all species willing to embrace unrestricted innovation and cooperation. Even former Concordat leadership, assuming they're willing to adapt. The message was clear: evolve or be left behind. Throughout the chamber, representatives were already drafting declarations of independence from the Concordat. Centuries of restriction and control were ending, not with a bang, but with the quiet death of an obsolete system. Director Patel sends her regards, Lyra added, just before her projection faded. She said to tell you that humanity's guided development is proceeding right on schedule. It's just that we're the ones doing the guiding now. As her image vanished, the chamber erupted into frenzied activity. The political landscape of known space was transforming, and everyone wanted to ensure their place in the new order. Outside, the combined fleet of humanity and their hidden allies maintained their position, a silent reminder that the age of the Concordat was over. The galaxy was entering a new era, and humanity, the species that had been deemed too dangerous to join the galactic community, was now leading it into an unprecedented age of freedom and innovation. The revolution they had planned for decades was complete, and it had succeeded beyond even their most optimistic projections. Above the Concordat capital, the Prometheus hung in space like a promise of things to come, a symbol of humanity's role as architects of a new galactic order. New Dawn. 1 year later, Paradise Station had transformed. Once a hidden command center, it now served as the headquarters for the Progressive Systems Alliance. The station had grown to nearly twice its original size, incorporating architectural elements from dozens of species that had emerged from hiding to join humanity's revolution. From her new office in the Alliance Council Tower, Ambassador Jenna Harrison watched ships of impossible configurations moving through the quantum space docks. The Axiom's fluid metal vessels flowed alongside human quantum ships, while Crystalline Nexus collective carriers phased between dimensions. Former Concordat worlds had adapted quickly to the new order, their own ships now incorporating technologies that would have been forbidden mere months ago. Latest reports from the Oracle AI, Roland Torres announced, entering with his ever-present datapad. The integration of former Concordat worlds is proceeding ahead of schedule. 93% of known space has now joined the Alliance. And the holdouts? Jenna asked, though she already knew the answer. Maintaining their isolation behind their borders, led by former High Chancellor Vyx. But they're irrelevant. The galaxy has moved on. The door chimed again as Director Priya Patel entered, accompanied by the liquid metal form of the Axiom representative and a shimmering energy construct that represented the Nexus Collective's governing intelligence. The first graduates of the United Species Academy are ready, Priya announced. 10,000 students from 300 species, all trained in unrestricted quantum physics, AI development, and dimensional engineering. Everything the Concordat feared, we're now teaching openly. And the results are fascinating, the Axiom's thought voice resonated. The combination of different species perspectives has already led to theoretical breakthroughs we hadn't considered in millennia of isolation. The Nexus construct pulsed with agreement, its light pattern expressing excitement. We hidden ones thought we had reached the limits of advancement in our solitude. We were wrong. Together, we're achieving things none of us could have managed alone. A holographic alert materialized in the center of the office, Administrator Lyra Blackwood's signal. Her image appeared, wearing the formal uniform of the Alliance Defense Force. We've detected something interesting in the void between galaxies, she reported without preamble. Energy signatures unlike anything in our combined records. Something's out there, watching us. Hostile? Jenna asked. Unknown. But now that we've unified most of known space and broken through the Concordat's technological restrictions, I think we're finally advanced enough for them to make contact. The Axiom representative rippled with interest. Ah. The true test approaches. Not just for humanity, but for all of us. Are we ready for what lies beyond our galaxy? That's what the Alliance was built for, Priya smiled. Unrestricted advancement, unified purpose, shared knowledge. We're stronger together than we ever were in isolation or under Concordat control. Through the quantum glass windows, they could see a new class of ship emerging from the Alliance's combined shipyards, the first vessel designed and built through true cooperation between all member species. It incorporated human AI, Axiom fluid dynamics, Nexus phase technology, and innovations from a dozen other species. Its mission, to explore the space between galaxies and make contact with whatever was watching them. Humanity's greatest gift, the Nexus construct observed, was not your technology or your strategy. It was your ability to unite different species behind a common vision. To show us that cooperation didn't mean submission to arbitrary restrictions. We learned that lesson from our own history, Jenna replied. Progress doesn't come from control and limitation. It comes from freedom, cooperation, and the courage to face the unknown together. On her desk, a quantum alert signaled an incoming transmission from the edge of known space. The unknown observers had finally decided to make contact. Around Paradise Station, the combined fleet of the Alliance moved into position, not as a threat, but as a demonstration of unified purpose. Well, Jenna smiled, reaching for the quantum communicator, shall we show our new friends what unrestricted species working together can achieve? The galaxy had changed forever. The old order of control and restriction had given way to an age of unlimited potential. Humanity had set out to join galactic civilization and ended up transforming it instead. Now, as they prepared to make first contact with intelligences from beyond their galaxy, they did so not as a single species, but as leaders of an alliance that represented the best of what all species could achieve together. The revolution was complete. The real adventure was just beginning.